Sahih al-Bukhari, one of the most esteemed collections of Hadith, is an invaluable resource for understanding the practices and teachings of the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. In Hadith number 236, as narrated by Maymuna, a scenario is presented that reflects both the practical wisdom and the situational sensitivity inherent in Islamic teachings. In this particular hadith, the Prophet was queried about the permissibility of consuming ghee into which a mouse had fallen. Ghee, clarified butter commonly used in cooking, was an essential commodity, and such an inquiry reflects everyday concerns faced by the people at the time. The response provided by the Prophet illustrates an approach that balances between health considerations and the avoidance of unnecessary wastage. Upon hearing the query, the Prophet advised, "Take out the mouse and throw away the ghee around it, and use the rest." This response is profound for several reasons. Pragmatic assessment: the suggestion to remove the mouse and discard only the contaminated portion of the ghee demonstrates an astute understanding of both hygiene and resource management. It exemplifies a balanced approach where cleanliness is maintained without being exhaustive or overly burdensome. This prescriptive measure acknowledges the sanctity of resources, encouraging thoughtful utilization rather than complete disposal, which might lead to waste. Application of Islamic principles: the hadith reflects the meticulous care taken in daily actions to adhere to principles of cleanliness, tahara, in Islam, an essential tenet that ensures not just spiritual, but also physical, purity. By endorsing the partial use of the ghee, the Prophet delineates a clear line between what is pure and permissible, halal, and what is impure and prohibited, haram. Understanding and flexibility: this hadith is also an exemplar of the flexibility inherent in Islamic jurisprudence, where each situation is taken on its own merits, and rulings are made in a context-sensitive manner. It demonstrates the ease and practicality of Islam, which does not impose impractical or unnecessarily strict burdens on its followers. This insight encourages the understanding that Islamic teachings are not rigid prescriptions but are adaptable guidelines considerate of human needs and circumstances. By imparting such judicious counsel, the Prophet not only addressed a specific query but also provided a lesson on how to approach everyday challenges, with wisdom, pragmatism, and an appreciation for divine guidance in all affairs.